Hi there. So in this video, we're going to talk about stomach acid, why it's important. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you a simple test that you can do within your own home to find out whether you have too high or too low stomach acid. Now, what I find in clinical practice is that often, or in many cases, high stomach acid is attributed as the main culprit, when in fact I find that the complete opposite is in fact what's going on. And the problem is because too high or too low stomach acid does give some very similar symptoms. So often it's straight to assuming, or the assumption, that it is high stomach acid. And the thing is that with medications that are prescribed, they're only ever meant to be prescribed for short term, talking 8 weeks. And the reason for that is to bring everything back into balance, but behind the scenes that you could be doing the work to help to bring your stomach acid back to more normal levels, and that's often the element that's missing. And antacids that you buy over the counter in shops, they're again only meant for really infrequent use. You shouldn't be needing them on a weekly basis, and definitely not on a daily or a meal by meal basis. That really is a sign that there's certain lifestyle factors that you need to be addressing. The other thing to be aware of is that some of these, particularly the chewable ones, can be full of sugar, which ironically can be adding to the problem, and some of them also contain aluminium. Now, aluminium is a toxic metal to our bodies, so if you're eating or taking aluminium containing antacids on a regular basis, those levels are going to be building up inside of your body potentially, and that can lead to aluminium toxicity, which again has health consequences as a result of that. So with this video, where you'll find out whether you're too high or too low stomach acid, and then being able to then make the appropriate lifestyle changes, then the intention is that this will no longer be an issue in any case. So your stomach acid is really, really important. It serves so many vital functions. When you're eating, it helps to break down proteins. It also helps your body to absorb and assimilate some particular vitamins and minerals. So they're calcium and magnesium, zinc, vitamin B12, selenium, boron, copper, and iron. Now, ironically, with zinc, your body needs zinc to be able to make its own stomach acid. And then at the same time, if there isn't enough, you can't absorb the zinc. So that, again, by finding out what's appropriate for you, we can help to redress that balance. But also, if you think about it, if you long-term have low stomach acid, then you're not absorbing these really essential and vital nutrients for your own body. So as an example, B12 is really important for your energy. Zinc is really important for your immune system. Calcium and magnesium have loads, thousands of different functions within your body, but as far as going for what's well known, then that would be to do with your bones and your muscles. So long term, not getting enough calcium or magnesium can then be having an impact as far as at the extreme osteoporosis. So it really is an essential thing to make sure that your stomach acid is as it should be. So I mentioned that there's a test that you can do. So you're going to become your own chemistry experiment, essentially. So I've got the examples or the things here just to show you. So what you're going to do is you'll wake up in the morning, and before you have any water, any food, even before you've cleaned your teeth, you're going to do this test. And it's really important that you have something to be able to time yourself at the same time, because literally as soon as you've drunk the solution, you need to press go on the stopwatch, because as you'll see that the timings may be fairly quick. And so when you're taking this, so you will have your stopwatch with you, and then you'll have 1/4 teaspoon of bicarb soda, and you mix that up in 100 ml of just body temperature water, and then you'll just drink that down really quickly, all in one go. It can have a very slightly salty taste to it, but it's not hugely unpleasant at all. And so what I've got here is a representation of what will be going on in your body. So I have here some, it's actually apple cider vinegar. Rather unfortunately, it looks like a urine sample, but I can promise you it isn't. So this apple cider vinegar is representing your stomach acid. And then I have, excuse me, I can't pick it up. So then I have here the 1/4 teaspoon of bicarb soda. I'm going to add that to the cider vinegar. Now you can see how that's bubbling up. Now what you can get when you first drink it down is you can get this feeling of bubbles, and as you can see exactly why that's the case. And it should be just a feeling of bubbles, because what you're going to do is, so you've set your timer, and then what you're then waiting for is the first time you're going to burp or belch. And so it's a real proper burp. It's not that feeling of just bubbles happening in your stomach. If you burp between 0 and 1 minute, that means your stomach acid is too high. If you burp between 1 and 2 minutes, then that means that you've got the ideal levels of stomach acid. If it's 2 to 3 minutes, then you're slightly reduced stomach acid. 3 to 4 minutes means low stomach acid, and 5 or more minutes before you burp, then it's really very, very low stomach acid levels, and so something that you really do need to make a big priority. But on either side of the spectrum, if you're too high or too low, then I've produced the videos that will talk about those in turn, so that you can know which are the lifestyle factors and changes you can make to help adjust the balance back to the normal or the best possible stomach acid levels.